to the sky above the clouds where all the stars are circling around with you. Take me to the ground and get me a pair of red roses in the garden with a full of blooming flowers. The earth and a joy to see you, a lovely boy, but all I will feel is the blue. All I could think of is you. Thin night where the stories from head to head.
inside every mind. If you look, you will find there's a child who never grew old, who sings to the trees like nobody can see, with a fire that never went cold. He looks up to the stars and the moon and at Mars and the endless expanse of the sky, devoid of all doubt, just a question of how to climb up to the heavens and fly. But time is advancing, a drip then a flood. He's adrift while you're stuck on the shore, and he sails away to the depths of our brains, and we can't seem to dream anymore. With the passing of days, we get lost in the maze that we built out of habit and fear. The longer we run, the more lost we become as the days disappear in